I think now we kind of go into the larger conversation, which is, does this actually change anyone's mind ahead of the election? Because one thing that we didn't mention yet, but I'll mention now, was this was initially supposed to come out 3 weeks after the general. And Brendan Gleeson and Jeff Daniels and Billy Ray, who's the showrunner and director, they all fought very hard and feverishly to make sure this came out beforehand because they think that it will make a big difference. I'm a little bit skeptical of that, and I wanted to ask you how you feel.
Well, let me tell you this, man. When you talk about art trying to influence life and politics in this particular case, I don't really I look at this stuff as entertainment, man. I don't look at this stuff as, and if it does have some influence on real life events, something as important as politics, and I think that that's sad. I mean, because movies have a way, just by their tone of the story that they're writing. They're trying to tell a story, and that story has to take on a certain tone at one point. And this is definitely taking on they have a slant here. It's an ominous tone. Now, by no means, I am not a Trump supporter, and I say that proudly. I don't care how much that upsets people. I'm not trying to say that I'm not trying to start an argument with anybody. I'm saying this for a particular reason, though. I am very anti-Trump. So when I see something like this, where they're obviously trying to, like we mentioned, that they're trying to make a horror movie tone here. It's almost like watching a horror film. Even though if you go back and look at certain shots they do, the music they play, the lighting that they choose, they definitely are trying to influence people's feelings about Trump with this.
Just the two of us? Nobody?
Like walking in the shadows and everything, I don't think, whether I'm for it or against it, I don't think entertainment should be the thing that influences people's decisions on what they do. I think that's a dangerous thing to have that. I think news should do that. I think facts should do that. I think educating yourself should do that. When I see something like this, I might be entertained by it. I might really like it, but it's still a movie. And it's made by people who are going to be, I don't care what you say, they're not going to go completely unbiased. There's going to be something here in a sense. So I'm not saying that people can't do something like that unbiased, but a lot of times with entertainment, they're trying to get you to feel something. And, they're trying to get you to feel something. It's going to have a bias in it. So I don't trust that. When you start going into that, then you start getting into things like propaganda. So I'm going to watch this and I'll be probably very entertained by it. And I probably even would cheer certain things on that agree with me, but as far as basing my opinion on it, no, man. And as far as basing other people's opinions on this, I don't think that should be what it is. That is a fucking movie, and it should be entertained. I mean, it should be treated as entertainment. That's my opinion.
Well, I think that's an interesting dichotomy here, right? Because it's like, people know about history. Like, here's an example: Watchmen. Watchmen just came out. How many people heard about the 1921 Tulsa riots for the very first time? A lot of people learn their history from pop culture, whether that's good or bad. Now, I'm not saying being aware of something is the same thing as having your mind changed about something, because I think we have evidence of that that it doesn't always work. That art is usually seen first as entertainment, and then if it can change hearts and minds, I mean, that's gravy, but it never really happens. I'm trying to think of one movie where that movie came out and we were all like, you know what, 12 Angry Men came out and we were all like, maybe racism's fucked up. No, it was still we were still in Jim Crow when that movie came out. It didn't change anything. So I don't want to be skeptical, but like you, it's like, look, this is going to be great, I think, because of the pedigree of the people involved, but also because I did my research and I already know I'm not coming to this for any kind of political ideology or for any kind of information. I'm coming at it to be entertained by it.